Arsenal rest in peace. Um, yeah, I think we just have to accept now. Well, at least me, I have to accept now that the title is Liverpool's in it. Like I've been very consistent this whole way through that if it becomes a double digit gap, the title's done. In my opinion, that was my threshold. My threshold was double digit point gap, and even if Arsenal go and beat Chelsea in our um, game in hand, it will be a 10-point gap. So, which would require us to, it would require Liverpool to lose 3 games and draw. And those 3 games that Liverpool lose and that 1 game that Liverpool draw, we would have to win 4 games. With there only being 11 games left for Arsenal, and I think 10 games left for Liverpool, highly unrealistic. I don't think it's. If it did happen, wow, whoa, what an end to the season. But I don't think it's gonna happen. It's just the double digit gap for me is too much. Like I had hope. I believed while it was a single point gap, but yeah, double digits is too much in it. And now, I mean, I'm looking at this game, and the one thing that probably stands out to me the most is that you needed to score today. At the very minimum, before anything else, you needed to score today, and you you didn't. And now look, we drew with Nottingham Forest at their ground, and I mean, in any other context, that's a good point. I mean, to take 4 points off of Forest this season in any other context, that's good. But the timing of this match, the current context is we had to win. And now, not only is this 2 games on the bounce where we had to win and we didn't, the people that, sorry, the teams that are affecting our capability of winning the Premier League are the same teams. Like it's not different teams, it's the same teams. Like the Fulhams, the Newcastles, the West Hams, the Nottingham Forests, the Aston Villas. And something that I mean you can kind of see throughout all of them is they know how to frustrate Arsenal. They know how to set up and be defensively solid against Arsenal, the Evertons, you know what I mean? They know structurally they're really good teams. You know what I mean? Very disciplined when they defend. And these type of teams that just allow us to play in front of them, and they're very resolute, and more often than not they look to play on transition. These are the teams that seem to just kill our hopes, at least like for the last few seasons. So to me, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I know there's a combination of factors that are not helping, and I mean, one of them is definitely the injuries that we have to key players in areas that if they was available, we'd probably do a lot better offensively. But this is a systemic issue. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that we can go through this entire game and only have one shot on target, it's a systemic issue. You know, like I mean to put it bluntly, we play too slow. It's all it is. We play too slow. Like we don't play direct enough. We play too slow. We build up way too slow. We very rarely catch teams off guard. We very rarely break on transition. We very rarely put ourselves in favorable positions where it's like 4 versus 2 or 5 versus 3, yada yada yada. And that's systemic. Like that's 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 instructional. Like that's by design. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that's frustrated me throughout the whole season, personally. And I mean, now obviously the conversation, at least for me, has to shift a bit from, you know, talking about what we're gonna do this season to talking about, I guess, what went wrong in a sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll be doing that over the next few months. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more than enough streams and more than enough content talking about what went wrong, why it all went pear shaped. But I do think also as well, because like, look, while the manager's at the helm and while the manager is kind of the leader of the men and all of that stuff, like the players, they let themselves down, big time, big time. Let themselves down. They let us down as well, big time. Because I don't care about this systemic stuff. I believe that, if you got pride in yourself and you really want something, and look, these man, they're playing through it. Game in, game out, minute by minute, they're playing through it. Like there must be times where they themselves are frustrated with the way that we play. Do something different. Do you know what I mean? Say, nah, bundle that. We're gonna do something different. Bundle that. Bundle that, we're gonna do something different. You know what I mean? But nobody does, and yeah, things are just really weird now. They're just really weird. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the players have given up. I would like to believe that they haven't, but maybe, just maybe the players have given up. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the players have just gone, you know what, it's just, yeah, it's just not gonna happen, and bun it. So yeah, look, we got like, I don't know, I think it's like 10 days break, 9 days break, because obviously it's FA Cup this weekend, and we're not playing in the FA Cup because obviously we got knocked out. So over those 10 days, I guess we regroup. Um, I guess the conversation shifts from pushing for something to, it's mad to say, damage control, because if we don't start putting together even like a 2, 3, 4 wins out of like the next six, then it's going from title charge to raw. Like, will we just about scrape top four? And I mean, at this point, it doesn't actually matter if we finish second or fourth or fifth. It doesn't actually matter. The only thing that it kind of really matters from is like a pride. That's the only thing. Pride. Literally pride. It literally is just pride now. But in actuality, it doesn't matter. Second gets you Champions League, third gets you Champions League, fourth gets you Champions League, fifth gets you Champions League. So yeah, and I guess that's just what the season's become now. Um, there needs to be a. So just to wrap up, yeah, and I don't know if I've mentioned this already because, spoiler alert, I actually recorded a whole other fan cam, but the video didn't record. it was only the audio, so I had to do it again. So I don't know if I touched upon it in the last one I did that flopped or earlier in this one, but I'll just touch over it quickly. Erdegaard, boy oh boy, another game missing, another game not living up to the Arsenal captain armband, not doing enough, not leading by example, not carrying, your teammates through, like not pulling something out of the bag just to make everybody else believe like, oh shit, we not all of us didn't play up to like our potential or what was expected of us, but thanks Martin, you really got us out the bag there with that one. Thanks captain, you really saved us there. Again, ghost. So so yeah, and he's had a really bad season. I know he got injured throughout this season. I know he had a baby. Big up to him. Love that for you, bro. But maybe these factors have played a big part in him not performing to the level that he should be. Which is, I mean, with having a new kid, it's understandable. Like having a baby's hard. Your life immediately changes. Things that you used to do, you can no longer do anymore. Usually you probably slept all the way through the night, but now maybe 2 to 3 times in the night, depending on the baby, you're up, feeding, trying to get back to sleep, all of that. So, you know, there is the human element to it. I understand it, but you've fallen off a cliff this season. It's just crazy. So yeah, I'm at the point now where I think going forward, I need a new captain. I'll be real. I need a new captain. So whoever that may be, whether it's Rice, whether it's Gabriel, whether it's Saka, whoever it may be, it just has to no longer be him, because maybe he's one of those players that when he doesn't have that weight on him, that responsibility, maybe he goes back to the other guard that I used to enjoy watching. Do you know what I mean? But look, people, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna talk about this for a while anyway. So just a quick snapshot of my current thoughts. Still a lot to process and all of that, but just make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you are subscribing. There we go. We got there in the end. Subscribing to the channel. Help the village grow. Make sure you're hitting the post notifications so whenever I go live or drop a video, you don't miss it. And I will catch you next time.